Second application we have to start. Second application of the Gauss theorem is electric field intensity due to an infinitely long straight charged wire. So we have to learn electric intensity due to infinitely long straight charged wire. So we consider this is a wire, and through this wire some current is passed. Okay, some charges are passed. The length of this wire is infinity. It's an infinitely long wire. So length is infinity. You can see here the length. Here minus infinity to plus infinity. We already written here infinitely long straight charge wire. Now to find out electric intensity near this wire, we consider a Gaussian surface. We consider Gaussian surface. And that Gaussian surface is in the form of cylinder. You can see a green color cylinder. So this is the Gaussian surface. Yesterday I told you Gaussian surface means the surface at every point of the surface electric intensity is same. It is constant. That surface is the Gaussian surface. Now, so here we consider the length of this wire is L. Lambda is charge per unit length. It is called as linear charge density. So this lambda is called as linear charge density. So charge upon length. Now this Gaussian surface is a closed surface around a charge distribution such that electric field intensity has a single fixed value at every point on the surface. Since electric intensity is same on the surface. I consider let R be the radius of this Gaussian cylinder. You can see this R is the radius. And we have to consider the point which is at a distance R. The point we have to consider, and that point is at a distance R from the long straight charge wire. So length of the Gaussian cylinder is L. We consider, so this is a area. You can see here a blue color area A. Then after that area vector ds bar at this surface A. Electric intensity is directed perpendicular to this area vector. So you can see the direction of this ds area vector and this electric intensity. Now I consider another part of this Gaussian cylinder, this surface B. It's a B, you can see a surface B in a diagram. Now at B, the direction of area vector is this, and electric intensity. This is the electric intensity. Again, you can see here electric intensity and area, both are perpendicular. Now I consider one more area, small area, and it is represented by C. So at C, area vector is ds. And electric intensity is also directed in the same direction. This is the area vector ds and this is the electric intensity. You can see the direction is same. So here we consider three cases. This is 1A, this is B, and this is C. At the 3 point we discuss the area vector and direction of electric intensity. Now from Gauss law, we already know Gauss law. So electric flux is equal to integration of E bar dot ds bar. E bar dot ds bar. is equal to total charge enclosed divided by epsilon 0. This is the formula. Now same Gauss law, this term E bar, integration of E bar dot ds bar over a closed surface. So over a Gaussian surface we are considering. So we have to consider this part. So this is the A part first, then B part and the C part. All the three parts we have to consider. So you can see here. So this integration over a closed surface is addition of this integration E bar dot ds for this part A, for the part B, for the part C. You can see here three part. So we have taken integration at 3 points. Okay. Now everybody know that this A bar dot B bar is AB cos theta. Similar manner, E bar dot ds bar is E ds cos theta, and theta, you know that at A what is theta, at B what is theta, and at C also. Okay. So everywhere how much is the angle, that you can find out by the diagram. Now let me substitute that. So you can see the next step again. The left hand side as it is, integration over a closed surface E bar dot ds bar is equal to integration E ds cos 90. You can see here this at part A, the angle is 90 degree here. Okay. So at B also angle is 90 degree. So again same we are getting integration E ds cos 90. Similar manner at point C also, but at point C both having a same direction, the area vector and electric intensity. So angle is 0. So here E ds cos 0. Now you know that cos 90 is 0. So it is coming 0. So 0 multiplied by E ds coming 0. This is also cos 90 0. So these first two terms get cancelled and we get only this E integration of ds, because cos 0 is 1. You know this cos 0, this value is 1. So we get the next term E integration of ds. In that formula only we have to substitute this integration of ds. We have to substitute integration of ds. ds is what? Smaller area element. Integration of ds is the total area of Gaussian surface. Total area of Gaussian surface. And you can see here the Gaussian surface is cylindrical in shape. It is cylindrical in shape. So we have to write surface area of cylinder. We have to write integration of ds means surface area of cylinder. Okay. You can see in the next step. Okay. So here we are written. This area is 2 pi r multiplied by L. So 2 pi r multiplied by L is the integration of E bar dot ds. So E integration over a closed path E bar dot ds is E multiplied by this area of cylinder, Gaussian cylinder, is 2 pi r into L. Surface area, that you remember. We are considering surface area of this Gaussian cylinder. Now we get this term. This term we can substitute here. In this E into 2 pi r L we can substitute here, and is equal to Q upon epsilon. But Q we can write by this formula. You can write Q is equal to lambda into L. So you know that lambda is what? Charge per unit length. So Q is lambda into L. So we substitute instead of Q lambda L. Lambda is a linear charge density, means charge per unit length. Now we can see in the next step, instead of this Q by epsilon 0, we write that. You can see here Q by epsilon 0. I told you lambda is Q by L. Okay. So Q is lambda L. So you can see here, instead of Q, I written lambda L. So instead of this, I written lambda L. So I can consider this is equation 2. And the equation 1 is this equation. This is equation 1. Okay? So this is equation 1, and by this we get equation 2. So both the equation gives us this. So we can equate this. So next step we get this E into 2 pi RL is equal to this lambda L divided by epsilon 0. Now you know that integration over a closed path E bar dot ds bar is equal to Q by epsilon 0. This is coming E into 2 pi RL, and this Q by epsilon 0 is lambda L by epsilon 0. Now we can cancel the common term. Now here L get cancelled. L get cancelled. And we have to write formula for electric intensity. So E is equal to, you can see formula. E is equal to 1 upon 2 pi epsilon 0. And this 2 pi and R we are shifted to that side. Okay? So it is divided to this side. So we rearrange the term and we are written 1 upon 2 pi epsilon 0 lambda by R. Okay? We are written formula for this E. Then we get this. Now the same formula we can write in a different manner also. Multiplying by 2 and dividing by 2. You can multiply it by 2 and divide by 2. So why I multiplied and divide by 2? Because when the question is asked in problem, you know the value of this. 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 is 9 into 10 raised to 9 in SI system. So that's why we arrange this term 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0. So when the question is asked in the problem, no need to calculate this part. Okay? So otherwise the calculation is little lengthy. So if you multiply it by 2, divide by 2, this term 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 is adjusted, and that term you know that it is 9 into 10 raised to 9. So we get the formula of electric intensity. This is the electric intensity. Now in vector form, we can write the vector form. So you know that vector form, how we write vector form? Any vector is a magnitude multiplied by unit vector. So magnitude, this is the magnitude. Okay, this is the magnitude multiplied by unit vector only. So this is the unit vector. You can see R cap is the unit vector. That's it only. Now, the direction of electric field intensity is radially outward. You already seen here. The electric intensity is away from that wire. It is radially outward from the positive line charge. For negative line charge, it will be radially inward. Instead of that, if we consider a negative charges, so it is towards that wire. Okay. As well as you note one thing here, electric field intensity is independent of size of Gaussian surface. Size of Gaussian surface. Electric intensity does not depend on the size. You can see here, electric intensity depends on lambda and R. Lambda is charge per unit length, R is the distance. So it depends. It depends only on distance. This is very important. Distance of the point of consideration. It depends on the distance of point of consideration. Okay? So that's it only. So I hope you understood this. Now we learn a problem based on second application of Gauss law. Now let me go through the problem and let's try to understand what they given. A charge of 5 into 10 raised to minus 10 coulomb is given to thin metal cylinder, okay, of length 10 centimeter, placed in air. So you remember it's the air. Calculate electric intensity due to the cylinder at a distance 0.2 meter. This is the R, this is the L, and this is the charge. Okay? And we have to find out electric intensity. Now you can see the answer here. So charge is already given in coulomb, 5 into 10 raised to minus 10 coulomb. Length 10 centimeter that we have to convert. 10 into 10 raised to minus 2 means 10 raised to minus 1 meter, or 0.1 meter you can write. Radius, sorry, not radius, the distance of the point is 0.2 meter. Now, first we find out this lambda. It is linear charge density. So charge by length. So charge is this. After dividing by length, we get this value for linear charge density. Now electric intensity is E is equal to, you know that this formula is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 2 lambda by r. This is the formula. Okay, same formula I written like this. And this 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0, we substituted 9 into 10 raised to 9. 2 as it is. Lambda is this that we substitute here. Divide by this r, 0.2. And after doing the calculation, we get the answer 450 volt per meter. 450 volt per meter is the electric intensity at a distance 0.2 meter from axis. I hope you understood how we solved. One more thing you remember. So in a problem here, they give an air. The cylinder is placed in air. If cylinder is placed in a medium of dielectric constant K, the same formula we can write for electric intensity, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 K 2 lambda by R. So K we have to write. Then you can modify this formula like this, 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 like this, and multiplied by 2 lambda divided by K into R. And this value is 9 into 10 raised to 9. And this you can solve. Okay? You remember, if charges are placed in a medium of dielectric constant K, that time you have to use this formula. Now, let me learn next application. Next application is electric field intensity due to infinitely long, thin, plane sheet. You note here, it's an infinitely long, thin, plane sheet. Okay? Charged plane sheet you can see. Now this is a plane sheet. Some charges are given to that, positive charges. Now sigma, you know that this sigma is what? Charge per unit area, surface charge density. Okay? Now to find out electric intensity, we consider this is a smaller part, smaller area. To find out electric intensity near this plane sheet, we consider this is a Gaussian cylinder. Pass through this smaller area of this plane sheet. Okay? We consider a smaller Gaussian cylinder whose radius is r, length is l. Okay? Now here electric intensity and area. This area vector is ds bar, the direction you can see. Electric intensity also you can see. Okay? At surface A. Okay? At this surface, this is the direction of electric intensity and area vector. Now I consider this portion B, the electric intensity and area vector. They are along same line. Now I consider another portion which is on this cylinder C. The electric intensity is away from positive charge. Everybody know that direction of electric intensity. And this area vector is perpendicular to that area element, that smaller portion. So this direction is perpendicular. So here angle theta is 90 degree. So here theta is 0 degree. So here also theta is 0 degree. Now by Gauss law, we have written formula. Electric flux is equal to integration over a closed path E bar dot ds bar is equal to q by epsilon 0. Now we have to find out this. So we have to find out this integration of E bar dot ds bar. In this integration we have to find out. Now we consider this three part A, B and C. So similar to the previous article. So this integration we can write. So the integration over the surface A, E bar dot ds bar, as well as for surface B and surface C. So we have written this addition. Now angle we know that. So at this point A 0, B is at B 0 and at C it is 90 degree. Okay. Let me substitute. So this left hand side as it is. Then at A we get integration E ds cos 0 because angle is 0. At B we get integration E ds cos 0. At C we get this term. Okay. Integration E ds cos 90. Cos 90 is 0. So this term get cancelled. Okay. So we get these two integration. And here cos 0 is 1. So integration E ds into integration E ds. 2 times integration E ds. So 2e we are taken outside because electric intensity on this Gaussian surface is constant. So electric intensity is constant, that taken out. Integration ds. And this ds is the area. Which area? This area basically. Let us highlight that area. So this area, and you can see this area is circular. So pi r square. So we can write this area is circular. So area is pi r square. You can see here pi r square, and this 2a as it is. So we get this, as well as by this formula of sigma, we get sigma is charged by ds. So here we substitute q is equal to sigma ds. We get q is equal to sigma ds, and this q we substitute here. Okay? And then we can equate this formula and this formula. Okay? We equate because you know that this is equal to this. We are using this equation. Now you can see in the next step. So by Gauss law, q by epsilon is equal to, so we already discussed sigma is charged by area, and area is pi r square. So q is equal to sigma into pi r square, that we substituted here. Okay? So we get q by epsilon 0 is sigma pi r square by epsilon 0, and this is equal to integration of E bar dot ds bar, and this we are getting pi r square. This term we are getting pi r square multiplied by 2e, that we substitute now. Hence, instead of this term we substitute this. Okay? And this term as it is. So we get this equation. Now in that equation we have to cancel the common term. So common term we can cancel, pi r square get cancelled. So what we get? So we get 2e is equal to sigma by epsilon 0. So by that formula we can write a formula of E. 2 we can shift to this right hand side. So we get this electric intensity is sigma upon 2 epsilon 0. Sigma upon 2 epsilon 0 is electric intensity. And this is expression for electric intensity near infinitely long charge plane sheet. The same equation we can write in vector form by writing unit vector only. Unit vector you can write anything. Anything you can write in unit vector. Now after that, so direction here. The direction of electric field intensity is normal to the plane. So normal to the positive charges, basically. And away from positive charge distribution. For negative charge distribution, it will be towards the plane. But here in a diagram, we consider positive charge distribution. And again, the same note, electric field intensity is independent. This is important. Independent of size of Gaussian surface, we considered. Okay? It neither depends on, here you remember, it neither depends on distance of point of consideration nor the radius of cylinder. Now here it does not depend on the distance of point of consideration. Now in the cylinder or in the wire, we learn it depends on the distance of point of consideration. But here it neither depends on distance of the point of consideration. You can see here electric intensity, it depends on this surface charge density and epsilon 0. Now here we finish the second application. Now if the plane sheet is thick, in the heading we consider thin plane sheet, thin. But we can consider this as a case 1. If the plane sheet is thick, then the charge distribution will be available on both sides. Then the charge distribution is available on both sides. So the charge enclosed within the Gaussian surface will be twice. So charge will be twice the before. Hence, if the charge is twice, then this sigma is also twice. So we get this electric intensity for this thick plane sheet is sigma upon epsilon 0. So here it is coming 2. So here 2 is missing here. If the plane sheet is thick, that also you remember. Now next, a problem based on this third application. Now let us explain what they given in the problem. The charge per unit area in sigma of large flat sheet of charge 3 microcoulomb per meter square, means this is a charge per unit area, charge upon ds, means this is given sigma. Okay? Surface charge density they given. So meter square, you can see here it is the unit of area, and microcoulomb is the unit of charge divided by area unit of charge divided by unit of area. Calculate the electric field intensity at a point just near the surface of sheet. So just near the surface of sheet, and measure from midpoint. Now we know the formula, electric intensity due to infinitely long charge plane sheet. Now this sigma is given 3 microcoulomb per meter square. So that we have to convert. 3 micro means 10 raised to minus 6 coulomb, and this meter square as it is. So that is coming 3 into 10 raised to minus 6, that we substitute here. 2 as it is. Epsilon 0, you remember it's a constant and value is 8.85 into 10 raised to minus 12. So this is the value. After doing the calculation, we get the answer. After doing the calculation, we get answer here.